women's 5,000 meters, we've got a field of 16 athletes. Nisha Kumari, Supriti Kachap, Seema should be the favorite. Bharati, Poonam Sonune, Drishti Chaudhary, Kavita Yadav, Parul Chaudhary, she is listed here. Remember Parul Chaudhary, the big name in the athletics. Glorify Kurab, Sanjivani Yadav, Neha Panwar, Basanti Kumar, Ankita, Rukmani Sahu, Meenu Sahu Sharma, and Sapna Patel. The 5,000 meters, which the national record, Parul Chaudhary, set at Walnut in the United States, 15:10.35 in May 2023. OP Jaisa holds the meet record. Wonderful athlete again, OP Jaisa. Tiruvananthapuram, 15 minutes 31.37. And yes, the 5,000 meters with endurance running comes two different types of respiration. The more prominent side frequently is aerobic respiration, and the early pack of leaders. Early days, the 5,000 meters, very simple mathematics. You divide it by 400 meters, and that's the answer for the number of laps that you have. We've got about 12 to go from here on. They're going on for approximately a minute plus at this point of time.
पारुल चौधरी पे हमारी नज़र बनी रहेगी क्योंकि उनका अगर पर्सनल बेस्ट देखा जाए तो 1500 मीटर की जो दौड़ थी 2018 गुवाहाटी में उन्होंने 4 मिनट 18 सेकंड में पार की थी। 3000 मीटर की जो दौड़ थी वो 8 मिनट 57 सेकंड में उन्होंने पार की थी। तो देखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे 5000 की मीटर की जो हैंगजू 22 की एशियन चैंपियनशिप थी वहां पे उनको गोल्ड मेडल मिला हुआ था।
Right now in the lead is Sanjivani Jadhav, cool, calculated, and the 5,000 meters, of course, the more prominent side that we really talk about, that the runner's experience more frequently is the aerobic respiration. This occurs when the body can utilize oxygen to help generate energy and muscle activity. As my friend Sanjeev joins me, we spoke to a wonderful gentleman, a good old friend of mine, in fact a 50-year-old friend of mine, Adil Sumariwala, reigned supreme in 1980 in the 100 meters, the 1980 Olympic Games, and he along with Sunil Abraham were the 100 meters guys. But we are now concentrating on the women's 5,000 meters.
But Milind, I must interject and tell you that you're not as old as, neither is Adil as old. Milind wanted to mention the 50-year-old friendship he has with Adil Sumariwala. But here we are. We are expecting this one to be a cracker.
The women's 5,000 meters where Supriti Kachap, who's out there, some of them are, we're now looking at the athletes making sure. In fact, the leader of the pack continues to be 446 out here. That is Sanjivani Jadhav. Sanjivani Jadhav is amongst the top 10 athletes in the year 2023. 1996 Maharashtra personal best of 15 minutes 42.80. 2023 interstate gold medalist. She's an interstate gold medalist. I've seen a lot of her over the last 2 or 3 years, and she seems to always have a different strategy. Take the lead from the very beginning, hold on to it. That's not what some of them have, but she has that as a strategy.
That is right, Milind, but I would say, I would like to believe, although there are many, many laps to go, and of course, BIP 446, that's Sanjeevani Jadhav, favorites, is leading right now. This is going to be a three-way fight because, mark my words, Sanjeevani Jadhav, I've also followed up pretty closely. We saw her leading virtually till the end in the 10,000 meter final last time around before she fell down and was disqualified. And Seema of Himachal Pradesh steamed away to victory. Seema is also here. She's got a pretty good time. She's in BIP 286. And of course, we cannot forget number running, who started in lane 8, bib 695, the national record holder, Parul Chaudhary. She's the Hangzhou Asian Games gold medalist. And of course, Parul Chaudhary's time, 15:10:35. An absolutely fabulous steeplechaser who's versus Parul versus Sanjeevni Jadhav. Chaudhary, she trains at the same place in Colorado under the very same coach with Tejaswin Shankar. And the coach I was speaking to once upon a time, he told me Parul has developed a fabulous kick over the last few meters, and that's what separates her from the rest of the pack. Asian Games gold medalist Parul Chaudhary will be very difficult to beat her, though it's Sanjeevni in the lead right now.
Another big name which trains at Colorado Springs is Avinash Sable, uh, the 3000 meter steeplechase and the 5000 meters. But going back to Parul Chaudhary, Sanjeev, remember that after the Asian Games, she was very emotional when she said that in Meerut, I was told or I was asked, why are you running in shorts? A woman should not be doing it. Come on, guys. Women today fly a Sukhoi and a Rafale. They sit on the left-hand side as full commanders. They are in command of infantry and artillery units. They're doctors, IT specialists, and athletes today are doing us proud, the women.
Absolutely, but when Parul Chaudhary does let it rip, when she does fly, it's as breathtaking a sight as a Sukhoi. Remember, the meet record still standing from 2015. Vidopi Jaisha, the legend herself, in Tiruvananthapuram, 15:31:37. Parul Chaudhary with the national record, 15:10:35. Will she go close enough? It seems as of now she's very, very content for Sanjeevni Jadhav to set the pace. And of course, Sanjeevni Jadhav, it is bib 446, who's right there at the top, followed by Drashti Chaudhary of Gujarat. There's a pack of 5 runners right there at the top, but it will be any moment before the others kick in.
5,000 meters on the other side, the anaerobic respiration for some of you who are technically minded on the middle and the long distance events that we keep on talking about occurs when the body is deprived of oxygen, and this is common towards the final stretch of the races when there's a drive to speed up to a greater intensity. And in fact, overall, both types of respiration are used by endurance runners but are very different from each other. It continues to be the same as of now with Sanjeevani Jadhav of Maharashtra, the 2023 interstate gold medalist in the lead. We still have 7 to go from here on. So 2,800 meters approximately. In fact, 6 to go. So which means 2,400 meters from here on. Halfway stage, Sanjeev, do you make anything out of the 4 that are now tracing each other?
Well, difficult to predict at this point of time. It seems Sanjeevni. And Sanjeevni, over a period of time, we have seen her, it's a plan A. We've rarely seen a plan B, where she actually starts steaming ahead and, of course, sets the pace for the others to follow. It seems 4. There's a pack of 4 right there at the front. And, of course, it'll be interesting to see what is the sort of time they will be clocking or they intend to clock. Ankita from Uttarakhand with 735 right there behind the pack of 4.
Sanjeev, the cheese will be separated from the chalk, or the chaff will be separated from the wheat, as they call it. We still have this wonderful pack out here. Wonderful pack comprising of Sanjeevani Jadhav, Drishti Chaudhary from Gujarat, bronze medalist in the 2023 Open Nationals. And then we've got the other 2 close on their heels. This perhaps could be the time when some of them will want to break away. But I love the way Sanjeevani Jadhav of Maharashtra seems to be going on and on like a steam engine. There is the third breathing down their neck, and this 5,000 meters, certainly we always know that human beings are well adapted for running significant distances, particularly amongst the primitives, and the capacity for endurance running is also found in migratory you neglect, and a limited number of terrestrial carnivores. So the 5,000 meters, there's someone there, which is Drishti Chaudhary, a different strategy. She wants to pick up a bottle because conditions here slightly hot and humid, and I can understand that part of the strategy.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, it is not so easy. It's easier watching it on television than actually doing the rounds yourself. Of course, the athletes will be making sure they reserve their best for the last final kick, and that's where it matters. The last 6 to 800 meters, that is what's going to matter. Sanjeevni Jadhav still in the lead. Out there, you can see. And of course, number 218, that's Drashti Chaudhary, who's just following very, very closely behind Sanjeevni Jadhav. They're nearly done with the two-thirds of the race. They've clocked a shade on 11 minutes. Will they be able to stretch themselves far enough and go for the final burst? That's what, or rather, that's where things will matter. And as you said, Milind, that's where the chalk will be separated from the cheese.
Yes, 1600 meters to go from here on. And we always know that human beings have been considered amongst the best distance runners, uh, running with. We also have 288, is it?
But the fact that she has established herself superiority over Sanjeevni Jadhav, 286, Seema following closely. And of course, she has been a fabulous runner. And of course, in the last national games, since the last national games till now, she has won a numerous number of titles across the country. And the fact that she maintains a pace, and we've seen what she did in the 10,000 meters. There was a blistering end. The way suddenly she picked up the pace, it was unimaginable, possibly Milind, in a really long time. Over that distance, we haven't seen such an explosive kick and finish.
Yes. Are we going to look at an explosive kick out here as well? Lapping some of the athletes. Oh, that's a beauty. Lapping some of the athletes, which means they've actually taken a 400-meter lead in their own zone. We'll soon have 2 laps to go, 800 meters. We now are dropping down to only two of them, Sanjeevani Jadhav and Seema. Just goes to show, Sanjeev, the dominance of these two girls right from the word go. Sanjeevani Jadhav, in fact, was in the lead from the very beginning. Seema had a different game plan, a combination of Himachal Pradesh, the mountains, and Maharashtra in the plains.
Absolutely that, but they're matching each other stride for stride. And Seema not yet clipping on the heels of Sanjeevni Jadhav. But will Sanjeevni be able to pull one back? Will she be able to come back? Will she be able to avenge her defeat in the 10,000 meter final? That's the big question. We're talking about a rivalry, and the more that we have rivalries like this, it builds up the nature of the sport. And of course, with just under a lap left now, it remains to be seen who has enough in the tank. We've seen these women giving it their best over the 10,000 meters, and just a couple of days back, and at that point of time, it seemed that they were going neck and neck. Possibly Sanjeevni would have roared away, but then Seema came with a fabulous finish. And here we are, Sanjeevni still managing to maintain a very, very steady pace. What happens over the next couple of minutes will possibly decide.
Wonderful. I love this competition. I love this, the elite long distance runners who always have large hearts and decreased resting heart rates that enable them to achieve great aerobic capacities. That's what you're watching out here between these two wonderful girls. A combination of Sanjeevani Jadhav, who started off brilliantly and now close on her heels. Does Seema have the same resolve? Does she have the same finish as she had in the 10,000 meters? This is the grand final. And surely now the bell will go there for the last 400 meters. It's now slipping away. Seema now pulling up strongly. Sanjeevani Jadhav, 1996. Seema, 2001, the youngster. And I'm sure that 10,000 meters win, I'm sure must have given her so much of boost. And look at the way she's now going ahead. Look at the way. Oh, this is classic.
That's right, and that's the explosive kick which I was just mentioning. Seema, yet again, the girl from Chamba is picking up the pace. This again seems to be an action replay of what we've seen in the 10,000 meter sprint. Sanjeevani and Seema going neck and neck for nearly 90% of the race. But here she's picked up the spirit. And that Seema speeding away and possibly on her way to obliterating all records out here. Will she go for it? 15:22. She's nearing the touchline. There's Seema and you can't even see Sanjeevani in the horizon. And we're waiting for her for the final burst. And here she comes over the last 100 meters. That's an absolutely fantastic race. Seema, I'll have to see where she finishes. She's flying through. Sanjeevani is not even inside. And of course, that has been a sensational kick yet again. She did it first in the 10,000 meters. She does it again in the 5,000. Take a bow, Seema.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And look at that camaraderie out here. Look at that camaraderie between Sanjeevani Jadhav and Seema. The youngster between the two of them, 5 years younger than Sanjeevani Jadhav. Sanjeevani Jadhav, the 2023 national champion, the under 23 gold medal. But this girl, Seema certainly is the star on the horizon. We'll hear much more about Parul Chaudhary, but we'll also hear much more about Seema. Parul Chaudhary, of course, I don't think started out here because that was extremely obvious. But this girl, a worthy champion, 1540.